Okay, then the next topic is boiling. See, what is a boiling? We already know that evaporation. Evaporation is nothing but the process of changing. The process of changing liquid phase to gaseous phase at any temperature. Any temperature. See, what is evaporation? The process of changing liquid phase to gaseous phase at any temperature, that is called evaporation. Evaporation is a surface process. That means only surface molecules are converting into gaseous phase. That is called evaporation. And evaporation is also called cooling process. Evaporation is called cooling process. Cooling process. Why we can call it as cooling process? See, if we do any work, while we are doing any physical work, our body gets sweat. See, due to muscular activity, while doing some work, our muscles do some work. Due to this muscular activity, our body produces some amount of heat. For this heat, our body, the water present in our body muscles will get evaporated. And the sweat will be released from our body. Clear? Then, when the wind flows, or when the fan is on, what will happen? The sweat molecules, they get evaporated along with the air, so that we feel cool. Clear? So sweating mechanism is nothing but to cool our body. What is the sweating mechanism? That is evaporation. So from this we can say that evaporation is a cooling process. Evaporation is nothing but liquid phase to gaseous phase at any temperature. So that depends upon what? Evaporation depends upon the temperature, surface area, wind speed, then humidity, Clear? These are all already discussed in our 9th class. Once you go through the 9th class unit, clear? Then that is the evaporation. Next one, boiling. See, what is boiling? Boiling is nothing but, it is also as same as evaporation, but there is a difference. That is, boiling is nothing but liquid phase changes to gas. Here also the same like evaporation, liquid phase changes to gas, but at particular temperature. Particular means at a fixed temperature. For example, take a glass tumbler and add the water up to half of the glass beaker, and try to supply some amount of heat, and try to supply some amount of heat. We are supplying heat. Then with the help of the thermometer, observe the readings for every 10 or 2 minutes. What you are going to observe? If the temperature rises continuously, see, whenever the temperature reaches in water, this is water, whenever the temperature reaches 100 degrees Celsius, observe the readings up to 100 degrees Celsius, even though we are supplying the heat. When you are supplying the heat energy, see, for example, the water on starting level, that is 37 degrees Celsius. You can observe for every 2 minutes the temperature is rising. From 37 to 100 degrees Celsius. So after reaching the 100 degrees Celsius, then even though if we supply more amount of heat, if the temperature rises, no, the temperature does not rises. Then what happened at 100 degrees Celsius? How can you say the water reaches 100 degrees Celsius? See, whenever the water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, we can observe some water vapors. Some vapors are forming, means vapors, and inside, that is at the walls of the glass tumbler, we can observe some bubbles are there, air bubbles. This indicates the water temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. That means water is going to boil. So boiling water, how can you say the water is boiling? we can observe. We can observe what? We can observe some vapors and bubbles are formed at the walls of the container. Where does these bubbles we are getting? See, water contains mixture of gases. For example, already water is formed from hydrogen and oxygen. We get water, hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Along with these gases, we have some impurities also. So while heating, these water molecules get broken up. So these water molecules get broken and they will form hydrogen and oxygen. They will form hydrogen and oxygen. See, these water vapor, water bubbles are nothing but hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. See, we have already discussed that air is having more energy than liquid. Liquid is having more energy than solids. We have taken liquid. We are supplying energy to liquid. We are supplying energy in the form of heat to the liquid. What is the next energy level? Whenever the liquid reaches more energy than its actual energy, it is jumps into the next energy level. That is jumps into the next energy level, that is water vapor. See, it will take at a particular temperature. What is the temperature? 100 degrees Celsius. See, at 100 degrees Celsius, the water becomes into the gas. The water becomes into the gas. That is called boiling. See, what is the boiling process? What is the boiling? So, boiling is nothing but the process of changing liquid phase to gaseous phase. At which temperature? Particular temperature, at a constant temperature only. At 99 degrees Celsius, it will not form any vapor. At the 30 degrees Celsius, it does not form any vapor. At a particular temperature only, the water get converting into vapor. So not only water, all other substances also getting into vapor. See, this boiling temperature is different for different materials. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Then oil, coconut oil, below the 100 degrees Celsius. Milk has its own temperature. That means boiling temperature is different for different materials. Clear? Finally, you can say that boiling is nothing but that is the process of converting liquid phase to gaseous phase at a particular temperature. That is boiling. So boiling takes place at entire system. Here boiling we are giving energy. While we are supplying kinetic energy, whenever we are supplying the energy, inside the gas molecules pressure is increased. The gas pressure is increased. Whenever the pressure is equal to the surrounding pressure, inside the pressure is equal to the surrounding pressure, then air bubbles reaches to surface and they can be burst. That means they can be mixed with the atmosphere until total water is converting into water vapor. See, that is called boiling. See, after 100 degrees Celsius, there is no rise in temperature. Why? If you observe thermometer, there is no rise in the temperature, even though we are supplying the heat. Why? Where does this heat goes? This heat goes to convert liquid to gas. For that purpose, water does not shows. That is, the thermometer does not shows rise in temperature. Where does the supplied heat goes? The supplied heat is going to convert the liquid molecules into gaseous molecules. Okay. Then here we have another definition, that is latent heat of vaporization. Very very important. Latent heat of vaporization. What is latent heat of vaporization? Very very important question. Latent heat of vaporization. In question only we have the answer. Vapor means we get liquid phase is changing into gaseous phase. See, very very important definition. So latent heat of vaporization. See, what is meant by latent heat of vaporization? See, the amount of heat required to rise 1 gram of a substance, 1 gram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius. The amount of heat required to rise 1 gram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius is called latent heat of vaporization. For what purpose? To convert the amount of heat required to rise. That is better word, to convert 1 gram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius into or from liquid to gas is called latent heat of vaporization. See, latent heat of vaporization is indicated with the letter capital L. For example, if the amount of heat required is Q, then mass of the substance is M. Imagine it is M. Then latent heat of L is equal to Q by M. L is equal to Q by M. So L means latent heat of vaporization, Q means amount of heat required, M means mass of the substance. Clear? Then its units are, its CGS units are, Q means heat units are calorie, mass is nothing but gram, SI units joule per kg, SI units. These are the SI units, these are the CGS units. Then for example, therefore latent heat of vaporization of water is, if you want to convert the water into gas, how much latent heat of evaporation is required? That is 540 calorie per gram. See, very important bit. See, what is the latent heat of evaporation of water? That is 540 calorie per gram. Then let me explain one more time. That is latent heat of vaporization. What is latent heat of vaporization? See, the amount of heat required to convert liquid phase to gaseous phase. Liquid phase to gaseous phase of 1 gram of a substance, that is called latent heat of vaporization. If the amount of heat is Q and mass is M, then what is the latent heat of vaporization? L, that is L is equal to Q by M. So its units are calorie per gram. Calorie means CGS unit of heat, gram means CGS unit of mass. Then joule per kg means joule is nothing but SI unit of heat, kg means SI unit of mass. Then what is the latent heat of vaporization of water? That is 540 calorie per gram. That is equal to 100 degrees Celsius. That is about the boiling. Clear? Then if you have any doubts, just repeat the video. Okay? If you have any doubts, comment in your comment box. Clear? Then in next class we have only one topic, that is freezing, melting. Only small topic is there. For that the topic will be completed. Thank you.